Title: The Lost Lantern Trail. Deep in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, there lies an old hiking route known as the Lost Lantern Trail. Locals speak of the eerie, glowing lanterns that appear along the path at night, guiding those who are lost. The origin of the trail is cloaked in legend. Some say it was built by settlers fleeing persecution, while others whisper of a hermit who lit lanterns to guide souls to safety during harsh winters. For thrill-seekers Jason, Emma, and Sarah, the trail was a chance to document their next big adventure for their travel vlog. The trio ignored the warnings of the townsfolk and set off late in the afternoon. By dusk, the forest was dense, and the trail markers became harder to follow. Then, as the sun disappeared, the first lantern appeared, a faint golden glow hanging in the air ahead of them. "That's amazing!" Sarah exclaimed, filming the scene. Jason, the skeptic of the group, laughed. "It's probably just an old park ranger trick to keep hikers on track." But Emma wasn't convinced. Why would a lantern just float there? They decided to follow it, thinking it would lead them back to civilization. As they walked, more lanterns lit up, each one flickering just out of reach. The woods grew darker, the air colder. Strange noises echoed, twigs snapping, whispers in the wind. Hours passed, and they realized they were not looping back but going deeper into the forest. The trees seemed to close in around them. Jason noticed something chilling. The lanterns. They're leading us down, not up. Suddenly Emma froze. "Do you see that?" she whispered. In the dim light, the outline of an old, weathered cabin emerged. "Let's check it out," Jason suggested, despite Emma's protests. Inside the cabin, the air was damp, and the walls were covered in scratched symbols and maps of the trail. On a table, a rusted lantern flickered, its light unnaturally steady. Beneath it lay a journal. Jason picked it up and read aloud. "The lanterns guide the lost. But beware. They also summon the keeper of the trail." As if on cue, the lanterns outside flared brighter, and the cabin door slammed shut. Heavy footsteps echoed from the forest, growing louder. Emma screamed as an inhuman figure loomed outside the window, a shadow with glowing eyes. The trio scrambled out the back, running blindly. The lanterns continued to light their way, but now they weren't guiding. They were chasing. By dawn, only Sarah emerged from the forest, clutching her camera. The footage revealed a chilling truth. The lanterns weren't floating. They were carried by ghostly figures, their faces blank, leading Jason and Emma to their doom. The aftermath shaken and breathless, Sarah stumbled into the small town at the forest's edge. She collapsed at the door of a diner, attracting the attention of the locals. The townsfolk immediately recognized her wide-eyed terror. She was another survivor of the Lost Lantern Trail. When she tried to explain what had happened, the camera was the only evidence she could offer. The grainy footage showed Jason and Emma following the lanterns deeper into the forest. But at the point where Sarah escaped, the video became distorted. Flickers of shadowy figures and faint whispers were all that remained. The sheriff, an elderly man named Wyatt, shook his head. Every few years, someone gets curious, and every time, they vanish, except for one. The forest only lets one come back, and even then, he trailed off. Sarah's hand trembled as she replayed the video, trying to piece together what she had seen. Why do the lanterns exist? Who are those figures? Wyatt leaned in close. Legends say they're the spirits of those who died on the trail. They became part of it, cursed to lure others into their fate. And the keeper, well, no one knows what it is, only that it's ancient and feeds on the fear of the lost. Sarah refused to leave town without answers. Armed with her camera, she convinced Wyatt and a young park ranger, Lily, to take her back to the trail during the day. Back on the trail, the forest looked different in the daylight, less menacing, but no less mysterious. The group reached the area where Sarah claimed the cabin had been, but it was gone. Instead, they found a clearing with a single tree standing at its center. Hanging from its branches were dozens of old lanterns, their glass cracked and dark. Sarah recognized one of the lanterns. "That's the one from the cabin." As she approached the tree, the air grew colder. Wyatt stopped her. "Careful. This isn't just a tree, it's part of the trail's curse." Before they could react, the wind picked up, and the lanterns began to swing. One by one, they lit up, their flames casting eerie shadows. The whispers returned, louder and clearer this time. Sarah's camera began to glitch, capturing faint images of faces within the flames. "We need to leave," Lily said, her voice trembling, but Sarah refused. "Jason and Emma are still out there. Maybe this tree holds the key to freeing them." She grabbed the lantern she recognized, and the whispers stopped. In their place came a deep, guttural growl. The keeper of the trail had returned. The keeper revealed. The ground trembled as the figure from Sarah's nightmare emerged from the forest. Its body was cloaked in shadows with glowing eyes and elongated limbs. In its hand, it held a lantern larger than the rest, its light pulsing like a heartbeat. Wyatt fired his rifle, but the bullets passed through the keeper as if it were made of smoke. Lily tried to pull Sarah away, but Sarah held the lantern tightly. "What do you want?" she screamed. The keeper pointed at the lantern in her hands. Its light grew brighter, revealing faint outlines of Jason and Emma trapped inside, their faces frozen in fear. "It's them!" Sarah cried. The keeper extended its hand, demanding the lantern. Wyatt shouted, "Don't give it to him, that's how he keeps them trapped." But Sarah had an idea. She smashed the lantern against the tree, shattering it. The flames burst out, and for a moment, Jason and Emma's spirits appeared, their expressions softened with relief. The keeper roared in anger as the lanterns on the tree extinguished one by one. The shadows around it dissolved, and the forest fell silent. A new beginning. When Sarah awoke, she was back at the edge of the forest with Wyatt and Lily. Jason and Emma were gone, but Sarah felt a strange sense of peace. She checked her camera and found clear footage of the tree, the lanterns, and the keeper's defeat. The sheriff warned her not to share the video. "The trail has been quiet for decades at a time. Don't tempt it to awaken again." But Sarah knew the world needed to hear the story, not as a warning, but as a tribute to her friends. Months later, she uploaded her final vlog, titled "The Truth of the Lost Lantern Trail." It went viral, sparking debates about the supernatural and drawing curious adventurers to the Appalachian forest. And though the lanterns stayed dark for now, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that the keeper was still watching, waiting for the trail to reclaim its power. If you like the video, please like the video. New on the channel, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so that the notification of each new video can reach you as soon as possible. See you next video. I am okay till then.